Hi, my name is Abigail Gillard, and I will be discussing the natural hair movement in this slidecast. We're going to start off with a brief timeline of African American hair. In 1444, Africans had many different hairstyles that reflected their culture and their religious beliefs. During slavery, many African Americans were discouraged to embrace their natural hair. In 1880, the hot comb was invented to take hair from curly to straight. In the early 1900s, Madam C.J. Walker created a line of hair products for African American hair because when the Africans came to the Americas, they were unable to access the natural hair care products they used to use. In 1954, permanent relaxers were created, which helped African American hair to stay straighter for a longer period of time. In the mid-1960s to the mid-70s, the emergence of the afro and other natural hairstyles came about. In 1977, the Jerry curl was the latest hair fad. In 1990s, weaves became very popular, and in modern-day 2000s, all hairstyles are accepted. We're going to talk about what is good hair. Good hair is long, soft, thick, shiny hair and hair that has very loose curls. So as you can see in the picture on the right, this model has hair past her shoulders. It's bouncy, it has loose curls, it looks very easy to manage, it looks healthy. This is what every African American woman would like to have. The reality is many of us have what we call bad hair. And this is described as short, coarse, dry, it's lackluster, and has kinky, tight curls. And this is what every African American woman is trying to get away from. Now, the causation for this mentality is ultimately slavery. During slavery, slaves who had lighter skin and good hair were more expensive and more desired, and they were given preferential treatment, whereas they would work in the house as the house slaves. And it created a hierarchy in the African American society, where lighter skinned and good haired slaves were at the top, and darker skinned slaves who had nappy, kinky hair were at the bottom. And they were not as expensive as lighter skinned and good haired slaves, and they were kept mostly working in the fields. After slavery, African American women still were trying to achieve good hair. And if you did not try to have that good hair by pressing your hair with the hot comb, then you were seen as socially unacceptable. Now, women used hot combs, they used relaxers, texturizers, and flat irons to achieve straight hair or shiny hair that looks desirable. In the 1960s and the 70s, African Americans were wearing the afro, and this was brought to the attention of the public through the Black Panther movement. As you can see on the far right hand side, there's a picture of a Black Panther activist, Angela Davis, wearing her afro. And during this time, everybody wore an afro. It wasn't only a political statement, but also a fashion statement. So you had your brother wearing an afro, your grandma wearing an afro, your sister wearing an afro, even prominent African Americans were wearing an afro, such as Jesse Jackson. The natural hair movement. This is an expression used to describe the transition from relaxed or permed hair to one's natural curly hair. This movement has increasingly become popular in the early 2000s and is continuing to be popular, where people are no longer perming their hair and are choosing to wear their hair natural. African American women today are trying to embrace their natural hair. Not saying that every African American woman is doing the natural movement. You still have African American women who perm their hair or are going from natural hair to relaxed hair. And the reason for this movement is not only for fashion purposes, but it's a statement to embrace their natural beauty. And it's also healthier for your hair because constantly flat ironing and hot combing your hair makes your hair very dry and brittle and unhealthy. And the same goes for permed and relaxed hair. The chemicals in perms are very dangerous to the skin. These are my sources for this slidecast, and there are many, many more articles, blogs, websites that cater to the information of African American hair and the natural hair movement. So I thank you for watching my slidecast. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something from it.